Amayako Abayebeda Dr. Sribo Kwekuase, Director of Electoral Services at the Electoral Commission. Make us say the national organizer of the ruling NPP at Nase, Mr. Sammi Awuku. Yehun will fear her ache. Mea dom wababe cancer. Sammi Akwaba na pum to saying.
Major so Dodo na Obi. The pride of the West on a long journey to the coast.
You see,
you go Chrome last week.
I
confirm from Wasa East, the Konanti Mwa Obese, Ekosiisen team live, Five Mushaman Poho, Womako, Amenfi West, Kosa Honorable Kufia Santos, so name Peswa, Samra Boy. If you no more the bar was a cropon. Sand be remo takwa Pristia Univali Bogoso takwa. Tia konanti mwaba.
Yeah. The last 3 months have been very hectic, Mebwa.
Yes. For me as organizer, yes.
What call over 100 constituencies?
About 182.
183 constituencies
across.
Ninjina on the road.
And so we live our lives on the road. For every politician, it is a we are now second empower. So as a politician, since no DNT, you live your life on the road. And then you know but the job dictates as a onantim okoha obontwa. Now when I'm quite so
okay,
you are able to appreciate the development ongoing, the challenges are baby are impunto aba baby omuhiamwa, and you're also able to relate with the people. So I told you you are making a case for almost so it's not just an assumption and I was speculating when say we no yam one wa onyase Ekosiisen obi me an hu wache hu mache pa na me hu kan so ache nzafe asamba
obaka
say me bomba is between now and you beto abade na me adu maybe am within Greater Accra and Eastern
okay but one kasa no beto about Eastern region
beto about Eastern beto about Ekapem North
North
me tomaba
okay
me last about me and I want to
North constituency and
to be precise no Mampong
okay
also so my chief yo
okay
if you Mampong Ekapem nti me ekofredi boys I Mampong boy nti o mana here forecast
but over 185 constituencies 182 and wait me adversity out of 275 that's almost 2/3 of constituencies in our country and wait to me akko. But by that, no wait to me Edru level, I'll be okay, 275, Mako 182. And I can confidently tell whether we are winning this election or not. Ubetimiaka.
Nedi kind, say riff now kofa a mount coin.
Yeah.
My man for a few days on chair with here for. Na me more, but so no production team. The radio does 3 things: to educate, to entertain, and to inform. Na one production team, you've always lived up to these core principles about radio jumedium. Timabo abaso.
Yeah, that's it.
Na obi na ma fe fidie so dia chair NPP ko manyina. Me dia bo ye polling station executives, ye electoral area coordinators, your constituency executives, your regional executives, and my colleague national officers for a yeoman's job. Within this period, the last phase of the campaign. First, Nanka, what can the functional officers of the party? What can that of a chairman, that of a secretary, that of an organizer, that of the woman, that of the youth, and that of the Nasara.
Yes.
You can't functional. These are people are always being deployed and are always around for you to meet them. But this crop of party leadership, you're redefining them. Everybody is doing something, especially and as far as this campaign is concerned. It's maybe Nam West, na FF Anto or Bono East, na General Secretary Nam Ahafo, na Youth Organizer or Upper West. northern region. Na first vice, third vice, upper west. Na second vice, ebi ono nambono region. Fi ono ano call upper east. We obiani name women organizer bon nam voter na misti. Nasara so ebi obo central. Well, so it's no. We are making sure say si ehu ye hu mpokwa no brano we stay connected. Obi anim ne aninu aye, obi anim ne colleague aye, and being on the same page. Now these executives right from the polling station up to the national level no. They almost so adwumanum almost bo adwuma, and MPP is also grateful. Say young penifo from polling station up omutu omu esi honoma omabo amiabo nanado danko ekufuado Ghana mampeni chidom ene na bedi eche Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ono susu chidom na meka another critical group womo yanto abenyom efasa structures mabubuin, but they've proven to be very reliable. And almost so can be na the MPP brand has remained solid. A glow. And for these people, I'm talking about the various volunteer groups across the country. NPP, we have in excess of 3,500 registered volunteer groups. 3,500 registered. 3,500. Now, in fact, for me as national organizer, I'm in charge of these volunteer groups for this campaign. Now, I register now operating. This is almost announced register, but I'm talking about 3,500. These are people from database where they find themselves and these volunteers, they've also supported the activities of the formal party structure. NPP don't must see it's an mom sika unipan or do party and ebiane koma a honor. Na wonso ya nini pane upejana untimi so an yebon chuboy to almost to mwesio ebimo on social media, and it's been fantastic. Ebimo so onwa tunhusi onam utimi ebimo so ya driver for by ye driving aye no yes do MPP ye call FFM and so ma ye fa ye bon dero ebimo atieti eko within unions call the professional groups the same. Your free could be P4C. Now professionals who the Hope campaign. Several of these groups. Because of they've been fantastic. Emu loyal ladies, emu maidens, emu staunch queens, emu elephant ladies.
Some of the names are also interesting.
Confident ladies.
Maseratis.
Emu dozen. Now they've done so well. Tina mekaza mobo mudia, and omunano one after the other. The NPP. We owe them a debt of gratitude, and we are in their debt. It's my hope and prayer saying your doma koma subiano and baby on person who se Ghana biduno. Yankupon fana na kufuado a memo enquiry year 2024 se Ghana 4 year ishrano sen year bidu samreno na womo so no ne doma koma so as young Ghanaians yadeno. And let me also single out my wings. We organizer Boano Ntakra ne mani moyedu. I've been blessed with 3 wonderful wing leaders. Ufa Market Jemfua. Uti Market Wanwasore. An extraordinary woman organizer. Obatam Pai Shenenum Kubi Yama. Ono Mekachan is the biggest problem and is a Ochadi too much. Wait me Bibi Cranon within 2 minutes. And she's been everywhere around the country. And I mean say baby will be with here. Party man on the party maybe so and then the man also be adanase. She stood out to be a very dependable woman organizer. Let me also talk about our national Nasara coordinator, Alhaji Aziz Abdul Futa. On the name the sports when I'm the from chapter O. And I'm in so about politics and Bruno. But Aziz has been phenomenal. And for me, one of the best Nasara coordinators national. I've had the privilege of working with. We'll be out friend of midnight. And as you know, so Namuti say voter. On the Kasano also few central. And he's always crisscrossing. And he's also kept his sports base to Omana and John and Conference Washi Jamakakra. The only a year I am many disagrees when it comes to Kotoko and House. And the museum yen the Obejina phobia. Major Amazon Majinami Pem stars we are. But Aziz has been great. Then to the national youth leader, who himself too has been very visible. Nana B too has really distinguished himself during this campaign. And also demonstrated he's able to also lead Mebuno and drive them towards success. You know, from Minian Montpenifoni, Omo build the youth wing, Nikudemanam youth organizer, right from Malik, Alasan Yakubu Munanti Mwa to Antonia Beifa Cabo, and Yatifans and Ameban. I think so. And I've loved the visibility that I see. And I made also say they've also been very factual on my press conferences now. Fact. And near the policy and being an advocate for youth welfare, NPP constitution, and Mebun don't fair for Copen, you know. Nasudi say, or no ni bijinemu ama a Mebune wa party outside the party. My chief advocate. And you may continue and you may form that. And for him as youth organizer, I think he's done extremely well. I've been very blessed because Obi, we are a national organizer. Technically, we are among all your duties, we are in charge of mobilization. We are freedom, we are training programs. So there be a party no chana doma duwa. See it me certain branches. Just more or less, we are to say the farm belt. Option in a national organizer and technically a supervisor.
Yeah,
because Omo akofre edom na akofre no
omo nyina will be under one wing.
Omo under one wing god. Eyema ombe falling under the women's wing. Omo less than 40 ombe falling under the women's wing and the youth wing. Ozongo and a settler community oko mobilizing na obeya under the Nasara. So oye youth na chese or under the youth wing. It is organizer no say wings no. Omo click it. Now omo nazo they work their heart out. A man who organize and one year you be seen as ineffective. A very easy for an organizer to be seen as ineffective. Because a Juma now be here.
Wings ne
into one organizer and you creative and share an area a vacuum. Abeda. No one fele honum amfa to say be identifiable groups. If you offer baby to say minors, offer baby to say drivers, offer baby to say nurses. Of these groups, you know, and artisans and that amfa machine. Now was organizer and among apart from say senior wings ne you know, what's wait me and vote me be am kanwa. Obet my sympathy. It's very easy. And I don't blame people when they think some organizers of other political parties are not seen and I say they can't find them. It's very easy. Be a set me. Yenaya Bontwa, me Senamaka say in excess of 182. Obi, me co-election be anwa. I thereby quit name a dictionary me a complacency. And I always give my best shot. I always approach every election say as if say polls when I'm at that one. So I have to work from behind to win. That is how I approach elections. Me kama NPP for Timonyomo. We are winning, but we must win. About one of the aquadrobem now can say, oh, it is a win back to Manko to Kranya. NPP won't win. NPP can only win when more about Nana Kufuado. The program of the Bible be a free SHS. And I will for almost sound when you feel free a treasure jo ebobina. A tom with Japade and son of Mama et miako emu GST CB, emu St. John CB, emu schools a kikan webi. Sa I will for one and a marco dim. One koto sa Nasia Bano. So ebia Niamampeni de Bay won't mean Yashimano crano the Sabat one a danasi. Na ne manu a almost wait me a product of it. Ya shomun kran kwankotoa. Na ne Kufuado's expected vote will come down. Common sense. Sa so na wuku ani a na Kufuado adaroma. Weti me nya emu fertilizer. We dey go no buy ase. And the planting for food and jobs, the supply with seedlings. Ya boa ama many extension workers. It mba share work for our year. And maybe a chairman. Na Ghana ye crab contumely, ye crab broad ye crab bunch, ye cran toes, edifi Ivory Coast ne Burkina. Last year, October, I took a long drive, about 13 hours drive from Accra to Abidjan by road through Western, Elubo, Niade. Now, at the Elubo border, I may cross it because my regional organizers bear 5 in a core. Now, you could share 1 or 2 near maybe. You could see it's a long tracks. A sunyane, a mu brodier, a moon toes, and ye. Inti Ramu Abidjan. Yamo Sukru omo second city. Na me busa one Ghanaian be no chain near my around say. Na then as is here by you say tracks so first no. Na Ghana for na krennuane efi yen ye why Ivory Coast. But it's a Ghana for no since 2017 2018. Ghana for no mom na breyenyane. It gives true reflection say Ghana Mampeni and Nadu Dankwa Kufuado the policy on renewed focus on agriculture and the planting for food and jobs are yielding results. Inti wo pianina na wo beneficial is one quarter sabaya mwa o minor for Chimanoa na Kufuado au peso win na amaso. Ebio many vice presidential candidate at that time, His Excellency now Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Eko Fraumante Musata na one region. Eko ye campaign me kaidam by College of Education. Na ye could do honom no obi. Na yes you could share students or mama yensha or mokache say they are not allowing us to play politics there. And check and na ye board bell say students in lunch. Ye jina gate chini was NDC for the pickups na tracks. Ekwachiche Gari Olunka ni sugar Olunka. That's the famous story of the Olunka of Gari sugar. And this Kwachiche ma Dambai College of Education students. The students now after lunch from Kunya Shai park next to the school. It be the message of hope. And our message to them that day, and they say we come to them not with Olunka of Gari, not with Olunka of sugar, but and also not with the money. But we come to them with the integrity of our candidate and the credibility of Nana Akufo-Addo's policies. See about my teacher training allowance and I'm on nursing training allowance. Abaya na efia kunyaso etwemuno. Ye ba ye shemo say ye desire restoration beba. And they will say ni panoa Nana Akufo-Addo adamo why beneficiary of this training allowance for teachers and nursing. So one koto sa nasi abano amwa. Not just a way expect to say winning na be winning no ye kofa hen na ye winning obi me dey no so to a na me kwa cancel so no about ye nuanom a dodo no ano sebio na backlog ewo ye nurses ni teachers
I just will nose mask that will be in ultra pictures in for online
omo ana omo tifie ye beto backlog omo ana omo wie nursing training institution from 2015 2016 and omo wie so 2017 2018 and 2019 abai we afa kwan so awzobo omo na ye adwuma 2019 for the finance omo serve ano no inti no wo obi biara no isi insate no ni na anyepe. Governance is supposed to touch lives. Governance is supposed to make it meaningful. Say situation na mi woman. Eso to the one na mi fisa akwada. Ghana for and the do baby na in this forecast yenya free near na ye. Open you be kosa like kotwaba. Ebu onya mfaso bia na another 4 years asaba. Essence abana bet na so ntimi chichiska mo bia function buto. But na me ba school fees wa farmer me. You've directly at least helped me to keep some household income. Nanka me baba jeme sa nursing training ni teacher training allowance. Student loans and ye buy ya mano ye de ohanchemu asa account. Just you're increasing by half 50%. Sani pano anya no wetimi ama na experience say abami betimi aba obapepa mani asini so. But obi back to your question. Se me confirm no Ekosiisen hwe udu obi kan asem ye de ma eneti asore cause baba go kudu anu nzi ye hyenkom baba frɛ ne namfu na za ha ye hyenkom inti na udu asore bi ma ye head counter likely say man dos and because they be o masum na yom de but they are no so no they are moved by many of the signs and wonders but so we recruit him na at its entrance in Kola from 10, 11, 8, 9. Omo to abawo. Bomu sha o mu se MPP isen okay. Farmer fanana. Just say it gives you an impression say a mofana tin komobi ofie. And they give you a fair idea baby awofo no e drifted towards. Meboa. Because ankola ne de omum ni ma manu osem. Inti anyomo aye bo ofie nsemo aye kan ofie no eno bi no no ehye wo nim se wan NPP nkwa de na ye nana cause ka ye tim se nana ntim bonya wan NPP colors na me omo di hia ye no ye form of nana ansa no we recruit nim
we reception a wunya ye in
everywhere me say we visited everywhere now betena nkran hankwa home why you be deceived. Because I had Obi Befre me wasempa. Oya wafre Tukon on the other line and our friend Captain NDC organizer.
Yes.
Captain retired Akamba. I'm not going to captain for that. Okay. Wafre NDC Captain Akamba. Ona Sammi Awuku Canadian US when Akamba so again is not also a Canadian. One year. Ebe yon say a champion you. But on the grounds, the people of Ghana, they've made just the decision, baby, not take a decision that and that is why you're a political party. You are a leader when you're a leader and you think you are leading the people. Now, Dani Wechi, no muniwa, then you still continue to walk, thinking you are leading. Maybe now you are taking a walk. And for us in the MSC, baby, be Bramako, Obi, maybe me try on top. And the honest truth is that when a candidate is winning an election, now the organizer is not able to tell you say Ekosiisen, nene okunumaidi, because the organizer is able to test the pulse of the grounds, of the people, every time. And main councilman another danko kufuado susu timu nyanede. But I haven't seen a president going into his second term, but still maintaining a very high approval rating.
You think that Nado
has high approval rating? I think so. In spite of a more COVID near my baby boy, he's maintained a very high approval rating. Na me boy, a jebo, see a better abano, Jumada. Ye two abanus you easy for one share, only a chan or the yammer want to Wednesday.
Yes.
Ye boom baby echo. I trust the multimedia brands and also the mobile tomorrow reporters.
Yeah, two gum that.
And they will be bringing updates. Ye be kanyabano. Yeah. Na ye kana utie abane feed the regions here the Adeneba. Greater Accra a battleground, no problem. But Ebeye say Accra, because of media pluralism, you have access to John Boedu, or access to Esiedun Ketia, or access to Sammi Awuku, or access to Fuswampa, or access to Fred Blint, You see all of us equal opportunities. But down there, no, Onupa non kotoaba based on a fake video and obi the press conference. I'll give you an example. I campaigned in an area called Zambo, our Laura constituency with Anthony Cabo last month. Now, near a 9th campaign, because a farming communities into 5, 6 or no. We spent one whole night at Yekoko crashing. See, Kushia, no more, no more Kasa. One more free SHS. Almost started, I was almost done and answer. Say no more top fertilizer. Almost top fertilizer 140 Ghana. But the nay Nana Kufuado Adarumenti fertilizer no almost 70 Ghana. It's for Sakria Nina or no Laura or Zambo community hono. Or no Kotona, but based on a certain or no say improve. And to the extent to say a nay in the Upper West, we are one of the largest growers and harvesters of maize. And Nina Nobeka just say we're increasing the acreage. Into no ebianye free SHS and I am admirable, even though they might enjoy them. Me are hitting directly a Kufuado's policy on this fertilizer thing and food. Obisu one also kujina but no kotwaba. And yet based on what Sammi Awuku kaneo. And that's based on what Esiedun Ketia koka. But what should be no ujina and maybe a trem. Na enei ne manazu bi nkofo koskua otimi kobi. Obi, I have many friends I'm just said they could have turned out to be very brilliant people. But don't mind boafo and kosku. When you movie from Eastern region, maybe Kosku or Central region, many of my friends I grew up with them. I na bi mo ha me hu ma me tinisio because konya boafo a nko otimi call your friend is saying
senior high
senior high na na president Kufuado eyi odi abai me nim how I bi mo fa no but for some of us it's very divine and spiritual obi me pesa me amekai me ame ho yawo but I grew up having 4 sisters with at a point in time with very struggling parents.
Ekosiisen
we had to sell. No be no na oko ye call to say primary school here. Inti say they were ya mekwa koton niema anopa. Na me serviceka na me co school area. Ye ponso so enyime masaba beton last one dey abeboa me mame. My mother taught for 40 years as a teacher, but to help raise my sisters and I. Send be enormous be the manim to almost come to us school. If you don't save her, almost mean cause school. Intino yen na no beton at the daytime. Obi ton ice water, no be so ton bibi on the side. Yeah. But if in Kasa policy we were honomoa, Ebianka would have spent your time in nano studying. Send be up because him say, unya we basic na. O to aswa kwe. To me, enemy was a collabit na traffic mo. Now ton ice water. It reminds me of what I went through. Inti uhu se obi aba bedu baby awedu ya. Ebia na nipa nen kana ba kosem chero. Tuti mi nya mampani a waba no say me ye nyanka na papa. Me nyimu mfasika ni ba mfa hia ni ba. If I didn't nyesa na ma wo for ebia me keen on education. And me, I was a bit unfortunate at a point because my 4 sisters, and for me being the last, ye bought on yama boan your no dear no. A good time or cosinia hania the Tiana we are no. Now, for do second born. No, see a buano this joy was I will force you more than kitty no so. So, in my situation, I was the last born. So I ended up serving all of them. At the same time, combining it with learning for me to be able to gain admission into St. Augustine's. It's when we talk about education, when we talk about Nyamofreni Bikom, there's this young boy at Kaukudi.
Asempa FM.
Kaukudi. Nima Kaukudi. Or no, and another person. Bako a friend Tony. And the other one's Richie. Bako, ye kakra, President Kufuado by a free SHS. Or didn't who rem. Abofrano, in fact, now I trough 2015 or pass went to me and school. 2016 went to me and school. 2017, I dear buy or didn't who shame and away years a senior high school or new edubiase. I'm an old case or no so bompire, so obit me a con and him the university. Tony, the young man American sema or no so ton say I more pick any other DB or Kaukudi.
Ekosiisen on
and every program be an nipa be no sound and watch him. I said, oh, brasa me. That means when I'm better, so casa already so be any other. The dream is that in Kakranka Chrono to true education and we take advantage under this government. In Tobi, me and yes, yeah, politics, netra. The politics must mean something. And the politics is education. As we are the only means sikaniba any heniba. It's at not the same table. Na obi wakasa kramia fan serious.
But the MDC has said, say, Munkwamun mean take exclusive glory for free senior high school.
Mr. Mahama, the former president. Yeah. You see, in an election, and especially 2 weeks to an election, because almost starting with 2 weeks before the election, the biggest disservice they did to their campaign will be to play the ball to your opponent's court. Every Ghanaian or what Ghana had today, and him say, you can't education in free senior high school. Kofa by Nanado Danko Kufuado. Bueno, and you come debate. Why? Because in 2012, I was Deputy Communications Director for the MPP. NDC sponsored almost 40 adverts against free SHS. And there were examples, evidence to also prove His Excellency the former president himself on campaign platform Eka say, yeah man, a desperate politician and confer free senior high school Messiah educational system. Then say all of a sudden And this is a woman of the free senior high school by
almost by 2014, 2015, no position, no assistant. They were now.
But what I remember about 2014, 2015 assistant.
Yes.
But 2016 campaign platform, Mr. Mahama criticized the free SHS. Ghana phone Kotia non Kotwaba. It was 2014, 2015, and then some go back to factory settings in 2016. Opposition must be credible. The little thing I learned from the Conservative Party in the UK, the CDU in Germany, and then the Republicans in the US, because these are all center-right political parties. Almost say opposition must be credible. Position I will be taking, make sure say you're consistent with your ideals and you're consistent with your beliefs. Even to the extent to say, when people are criticizing it, let it be on record. Say, but you should be honest to tell the people. So, I think Obi was right. Into on this particular position, ABI, we defer to your logic. Anyway, that is how you build a state. But it cannot be that something you've criticized since 2012, to the extent someone said another grantee interview with BBC, Urefi, and this person another didn't even know the cost of the free SHS. I'm not sure the Beba. So now then what happened that all of a sudden the NDC is saying so in fact free SHS and it's so confusing because at the point in time when enrollment increased in 2018, say a debate 2018 enrollment cost government had to take a decision. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeni and the team who implemented the president's vision on free SHS had to take a decision, say, yeah, no Ghanaian child is left out. And you offer a double track. And this was a play. And baby almost say NPP for double track at the buy Naman saying. You heard it in this country. But if we create a party where when the wind blows to the right, you are blown. When the wind blows to the left, you are blown. And party name candidates. As you don't look credible before the voter. And people but we believe that the alternative is scary. And that is why we keep on saying say a worse MPP performing government, the NDC's best performing government. Ghana for now crediting say NPP fund about managing the economy, managing Ghana Niema for us to move from one point to the other. Ghana for several services and a research conducted. That is what it indicates. But my man go back to say a NDC for you kofa by say the free SHS by and no matter kofa for fraba. Say manifesto launch and almost they amended a year back
almost based on the advice of our education committee.
Okay. So they launched that previous the original manifesto without the advice of the educational committee. And now say after they launched it, people brought new ideas. Let me assume say launch and people brought new ideas. It doesn't mean say on December 7th, new idea back. The NDC once again says, okay, but say I amended near the too many names some months ago. As I for that doesn't make you look credible before the vote. There's another vote announced over that. And I give you a typical example. About 70,000 or so or less about nursing training students. Or roughly around the same figure or less for teacher training. Let me put all together. You have say 200,000. You said, say. NDC's position was that almost restore almost how allowance and kakaka no mutiana it will collapse the economy. And they will say tertiary students at the first year level and they going forward over the absorb fees when they are around almost 800,000
for 1 year
for private and public. Into this government went me into Sika allowances of less than 200,000 students. Today as how to implement and pay fees, tuition fees for almost 800,000 people. They added no policy document. They added no breakdown of how it will cost. But this is not surprising. In 2012, NDC manifesto, one more share boss one bit your assembly members' allowances here to Maoma. God willing, Ghana whether a year or not, the Supreme Court affirms say winning. NDC never give the assembly members one kobo dime yam. and the fear them 2020 almost the same promise na babishim 208 His Excellency the late former president John Mills and His Excellency the former president John Mahama a promise say send be Ghana for your pomudin president Kufuor Kofa by NHI do make sure so you once unto your beam and no better na kunya so 8 years. They don't want to even engage you on that. Ghana for yet anything. Sana I am fire and color TV and black and white in Mefi.
But they will tell you, sir, that is why they lost the election. Lessons from that defeat, inform me the new things they want to do for the Ghanaian.
So I want to understand, and for the purposes of argument, is the NDC saying, say we're a part of the mistakes they made, and you are saying it for them? Because they haven't told us mistakes they made.
No,
His Excellency the former president, or say, person corrective mistakes from here, but you can't change mistakes. Because when you are BBB Abe quoted from that report, they will tell you it's not in that report. You've been a victim. Copy B can catch on say that's not the report. Up to date, nobody is able to tell you say report neka A or B. Into what mistakes are we talking about? Was in the area of health? Was in the area of education? Was in the area of infrastructure? Was in the area of the
Sammi, what you made a very interesting point. Say, so we share hinterlands, no call into the regions, and they are there.
Yeah,
they are providing.
Say Ekufo Adama, one village, one dam. Yeah, we are near a video. They are better social media. This thing we are seeing is not a dam. Nobody are propaganda. It's a dugout. Say pure water bottle and so kregum and ipaninyabi or the water and no buy. And abuana money echa eswaba. Or you grateful to Nipa no the pure water bottle and beto. If you are thinking say Ekosombo dam and yes across the country for Sanipano, dugout, whatever you want to call it, say your bura. No, I see on a farm in China. It means only be edigu no by say all year round. That person has been touched by a Kufuor's policy. Into I don't know you're different from self, maybe no better to do her, and then ridicule what we have provided. I was saying the dam a dugout, but for that person at the end, I was in Adolikali, Kojapa, Makolora, Mayemuwa, Makofemu in the Sisala zone. Me say Utnaha. Now this is Ghana nini na say wako pay Farisco traffic light, wako pay Abeka Junction, wako pay Adabraka, wako pay East Legon, and one Ghana Funia Wicha, you'll be making a big mistake.
But when Greater Accra and the war the biggest number in the voters register,
then I'm saying it's a battleground. Yes, it's a battleground.
And for the people here, the things they hear on radio, the corruption allegations, the all the issues.
But you should expect to say Ghana for also 77 periods. Obi, vote anonymous are very sophisticated. NDCs, let me tell you why the NDC might be taking the voter for granted. Voters register. A series of demonstrations. You remember?
Yes.
My colleague Akamba also on it Jemensa beda. Also on the mattress or the coordinating better mattress back also electoral commission. A mood demonstration. Many of us free anchor said they have to seize Greater Accra and Accra, bring it to a standstill for 1 month. Several of the NDC's political leaders move press conferences with the sole position and aim say it being thrown muscle. When that argument was fading, and also because of coronavirus, into people shouldn't come out, Kofon stay back. Obi, you had one of the highest turnout in registration. One of the highest. It's meaning that the people did not take what the NDC said as gospel. Almost the Tunseniani, hey, students, I am on my school, senior high school, I am my final year from some coach. Pray, on my Tikwapai, Uko Kenya, Uko Nigeria, Yaman Kolani Kofi, a bind way wicked, Kolani Nyaya Yanibi. At the end of the day, in the government was able to take care of them to recover. Kakrebina in Yebi. And then Omo trauma is answering me. Omo results am I.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, Oma Kochu. Omo here said, Baba. Inti, NDC did say the voter it's excuse me to say, unim the whereabout, unim the left from the right. Into no corruption allegation. Then you manufacture an old video. And now press conference on an old video say, oh, Ubia Kuma President Kufuor bribe. It's any yenayabo pepe NPP for the corruption bo NDC. Yes, the biabo NPP. It's answer some candidates yachin on bribe. Kwekuba could totally dismantle that propaganda this morning. But I'm not surprised because only the true story of it. Obi say Oko election. No person is able to finance a serious political campaign from his pocket. FM. Nobody. Who to me? Running a year campaign, 2 years campaign. Masa Okofaway. Donald Trump no so a multi-millionaire or billionaire. Trump himself was asking people to donate. Biden wrote several emails to people urging them someone contribute to a bed yamano. Me make a national youth organizer. On your printed t-shirt near the other chairman. Emma Miskal Nibi am the source of a campaign. Ne kwam sefakan any bulari. These are people on politics, outside politics. But oh, Charlie, Sammi Awuku so far question campaigning. Charlie the t-shirt we near the other. So that means they gave me bribe. That an Emababedi national organizer, Ibiam party wa bemu, inti kofa a friend is saying a oil block bra. I mean, what kind of logic is this?
But more narrative, it is not an old video as you are.
It's an old video because but when Pokwan and 4 years analysis requirement, yes, you. Who shot the video no more producer near 2016, it's 2015. Into how can it be a new video? And Kwekubako also gave a very serious revelation. Say, Nipano seem to have added something to the voiceovers. Ambassador Bewa na Motikroma. Into when the campaign is it and you can bribe a Kufuor with 40,000 cedis. Now make up no kukra in a bit me bribe me. Not the president, 40,000 cedis. I'm so munim papa nintia. Sika. Na ni panemu no di the time de dawo. Ti no sen kay sikanti no ko amani osem mu anko bet na ne law firm. But the passion to deliver and a desire to service.
Do you think, sir, the series of corruption allegations, effect be on the brand Akufo-Addo you sold
I don't
to
think
the Ghanaian people?
Because my moving around and you see, and so people are beginning to think, sir, idea I contrived and the idea is as a Muslim Kani at the Adibisu Swabim. I mama na dodo. What about could be too many a prem pipi for na and a propaganda bas and then no cresse to near Bobo one about Kofadia and more witnesses war are people who can testify that they win and yano crack.
Sammi FM.
A man case in a year ding. But as I keep saying, Greater Accra battleground. Mind you, Greater Accra is the nation's capital.
Yes.
A lot of professionals were. A lot of middle class. And I'm a boy. And a lot of elite. A lot of students. We share the demographics now. And some what people so anya upon baby as we vulnerable ones. But Christianity are now grown go. Now many more people, many of our people day in, day out, they are waking up to the reality say the NPP is a party of choice. Remember tonight I say one thing we will not do will be to go on the politics of insult. Me di mampenida datem. Na me di o mabad me de tun senie ni no. Yeah kania yaye. And on the balance of that and on the basis of that, yes resegana for hwani yaye. Mon fire tun senie ni. Baby be for mine fie. Mo multimedia ni ma. In 2015 ana me ba. Uba na pon asempa enyumria.
FM.
Na mofra be 637 kolade om homework abetum car park no mo butu. Omo de mo light na homework. Na maso generator or corner ho and no 10-11 pe na mo pon transmission cause most store fuel for the next morning. That was how we lived in Ghana. It became the new normal. The MPP felt that no, that cannot be the new normal. There must be a shift. There must be a paradigm shift in the way we do things if we want to be competitive as an emerging economy. In Tiene, the man has kept our lights on, Akufo-Addo and the MPP. Into me say, don't take Greater Accra, and this is for number Sherman and Jiju Womukom. So they are convinced to say story no more can you be added. I've seen people NDC also Charlie Wade and I don't know hear some way. And it looks so funny. Oh, it looks so funny. So I did about 40,000 cities, no. And 40,000 euros, $40,000 should guarantee Ubintown as director of urban roads. Director of urban roads. Hey, I don't want to believe that was what existed in the past under the NDC. But the MPP is a serious government. And that is why taking the wheels of the government machinery, we've tried a lot to say, the BS it's been a very painful process. In the process, it may not be your intention. The medicine might be bitter, but it is necessary. So we get to a point where your mind we can build it from that point.
So my memory these set of questions. It is OSHA regional breakdowns in 2016. In Greater Accra, you won with the majority in Parliament. Into 21 for the NPP, 13 for the NDC. In the Greater Accra region. Still, 34 constituencies in the Dasowaha. Would you win the majority in Greater Accra?
NPP, we've set a target for our campaign, but that is an internal target.
Yeah, internal. Yeah.
But I can confidently tell you, sir, we've set a target. It is in Yankopon near movie beyond the 21.
The 21 in Greater Accra. It will be movie beyond 21.
They say it's a target. I set a target. The various regions and it is our wish.
Yeah.
Until a dear Jumadin air count, or the one not done where I been work. And until none pay, I started the day at 6:30 a.m. Punglo traffic light, moving from trotro to trotro, shop to shop with my leader Alasan, the parliamentary candidate for Iowa's West, on traffic in the communities.
Is that more difficult constituency for you? Because the Biaka said John Dumelo.
Let me use this opportunity to also thank Enyanum Biombe my leader.
Okay.
Actress Bibi Bright.
Okay.
Actress Jessica Williams. Actor Peter Ritchie. Actor Prince David Osei. Comedian Calibos. Comedian Bismarck. And a comedian General Ntetia. They were there to help my leader today.
Oh.
Yes. I never pictures and say no.
That's a colleague, John.
And this is a difficult because we the fame about our Swan and Crawford mentions some of the creative arts people who have been there to campaign for John. But every idea demands a different strategy. Different because the point is that me Obiti say John. I think he's a young guy. Or also his desire say Obeko Parliament. Or also ideas. But I was so West Wogon. As also no believe we say share almost my video manim and almost background near Jumo Maye. Mekan Jumo Maye. I'm talking about in the constituency.
Ekosiisen
my leader stands tall. And I am convinced Leader Sarah Malazan will carry the day. When the students were there, and I said the voter population around 88,000. They say 105,000 voters.
105,000.
Even when the students were not there, you underestimate that woman at your own risk.
Students need the 105. So where were the people?
Where were they? Comfort them hodo. Eba be register. We call real school no kranoko. So be register. Person two aba pa me yo yaso wa two aba no. Don't look at it say be John Dumelo or Dean John Dumelo. Mas it is a football near bo. First, in Ghana any Benin kushia, you say Ghana be winning. Meboa.
Yes.
Ghana ni Keved kushia, it because Ghana be winning. Ghana ni Saudi Arabia kushia, but it me kwana Saudi Arabia lodi any the abeda. Ikushia Benin no mama na yetroka ma any the abeda. In politics, as they say, yeah, no. Name on quad the qua. Until I'm saying, why here you deceive yourself? So, Charlie, with a imagine mirror, no, make selfie. I mean, far away, my main posty, man, my shaping me beard, and the fine boy, no, they pay me one time for the mic. No, I be them. Now, could you not electorate anymore? On one no be catchers and the social media now picture what could you be posted, no go on to about. Open improvement on a life. and then the track record and the credibility of the candidates on the ballot. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. O may MP no Boan and Crawford, obey MP Sosono. Share Osha Iowa West Ogon 2016. Roman rate, you won almost 98% there.
Roman rate area.
And Pokrano more complaints or more quino.
Yeah.
That was 2016.
Yes.
And the Roman rate coin as yeah.
It's been done.
Yes. Me no Adam for be power or Roman rate. Me wo ne squad no Adam for be power.
Yeah.
And all fan of no more as a one nam your friend say Oxford Street. Abelenque.
Yeah.
No more terrible road network in 2016. Even with that, you BTNDC kakra. But the normal catcher said na MPP buy was their road. We fixed that road. Me don't call Jolu. Jolu Kwan was a problem. Special school area honey inside Jolu. And then they fixed it for them.
But the NDC strength was settlers, no Bawaleshi and those areas.
Make us say the people spoke to you about their condition.
Okay.
And then your man no person ka aban ba be boa. And this woman ebetna so after the unfortunate demise of the member of parliament Anotio. Oba not so make sure say bo she bia no a MPP aban e share yemra na honorable Ejakon etiase no. We making sure say oni hompokra na MPP has lived through that promise. Inti wo de wani kwa akɔhɛ sɛ oh chale mi odin obi me call national organizer na mo anuanu mienu ana omo na me contest ma fan shit mi trimu da say oh because ebia me no me odin nti no me da na mo odin nti mi posti selfie bia obi abo say chale big boy dey town tak me nemu rain shine at the chem apupu bibrem unemu na de akwa harvest vote naba. And the woman is also extremely resourceful in terms of resources. She's able to mobilize them. COVID buy or no cost set up a center or no training I was so west to gone mebuni bi e produce sanitizers on their own, e produce face mask on their own to spread it across. Into one on vote obenyano. What do I need to say I was west? My many we na say na see what dey see kekako. Me what I saw on the street me say obi bia na ye do in shop. Bible say depend na do wadue. Omo ka form of na oh my leader. So there no one at here ni also buy wire mine. Into all I'm saying is that we are determined as a party. Me I'm convinced on the ballot paper will be a choice between prosperity and poverty. The choice between prosperity and poverty, no. The MPP stands with the prosperity side. On the ballot paper, also will be a choice between hope and hopelessness. And the MPP stands with hope for the future. On the ballot paper, also will be a choice between a buy or buy or share or neighbor shares where this one. NPP stands with that one. And on the ballot paper will be competent hands and incompetent hands. And the NPP stands with the competent hands. And on the ballot paper it will be a choice between the kingdom of God represented by number 1 and any other figures or ballot paper. So, you see a rap polling booth, me say normal. To Naira Mali nyom na mafo nyom ne dia kudnya dia boy ya ne dia kwa kudnya dia to na sa da bi people the ballot paper no the faces the symbols was any the numbers no must make sense to them. It's on say ne da chia ba so na wasa akoto. If you go to the western region, government had a proposal at from our parliament agiatum to establish an oil hub which will create 780,000 jobs in the Nzema zone, in Jomoro to be precise. People in the western region, yet me funny past 780,000 aobi. You can't tell me it's more than half it be feed that region. For the young Ghanaian, we via a tertiary institution, the biggest obstacle between no and the baby odinity but the rent advance I do okroma. Could 2 years, could 1 year, okobobo iskano we no diako. In this government, promising the next Akufo-Addo administration, you say the rent scheme beba abane de ne koko beji amount. We ye adwuma utuetua. Na fifiera bed na ifiera hu se your friend say noise pay food dem mo baby no person increase rent. Any ade no. At least month here so no can happily enjoy accommodation. Intino unya sa dachi aba na nipa ne kwa akoto no onkoto aba no because Sammi Awuku mu video bi a che no of their share the credibility and the policy credibility of party ni omde to akwem because party we share boss na or the free SHS beba or the buy na or teacher training nursing training ka say obe restore na allowance wa restore party na so san ka say obeboa makuayo edim wetimi aye o ka say obeboa na ye healthcare system no or the ambulance am or the ama ti sa party no and the same candidate ebe ka kire say ene me ba mesa boa na rent scheme sebe we believe that every Ghanaian deserves an opportunity. So then in sa ananiti ebe yejuma. In Satya no nyina anyepe. If Nana Akufo-Addo's administration is promises to say you started TVET, which is free. You perceive a shemu kena in the next Akufo-Addo administration. You basically TVET centers. I know you're there in Sanu Ejuma. I know kusua tiye, kusua adepam, kusua carpentry, kusua mason. Yes, be two things. Na ko faibra and abane open centers ye de be training mo ni aboam na wo wi a wo so watimi anya onsa no adwuma ye or ye welder or ye electrician ubenya na so ne de ahim obu won ma wo twi okada. Nobody wants to be an Okada rider for life, but ojidie kese se niema mu han no a na aban bi ma no aniswade hu no a ene ye ba e bi ko security services nem koso wa VSS onya adwuma anye otisa aban fa nipa odon watimi anya mu bia kos. So meaning that onya an alternative a obe choose no over the Okada. I've had interaction with them, I've met them, I've sat with them, and I live with them. Me Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer, no ye mate, no say Okada rider. MPP a party that opens up opportunities, and then or you're the regional youth organizer of Ghana and Hinkro, and you're the Greater Accra as a regional youth organizer, believing that you also be to me afro.
And I know the promise from the opposition. They say, yes, Okada no a man for livelihood, to create jobs. And let formalize it.
So when did they realize it? When did they realize it? Because the opposition, and I'm saying the opposition must be credible. Opposition in 2012 through an act of parliament.
Yes.
Edna omo render Okada no illegal. And then in 2020, I thought you come with proposal to back the point that we made it illegal. So we can also help you get alternative jobs and alternative livelihood.
Ekosiisen on Sammi FM.
Omo come here, omo hinta semchere. Obit me be in a car door in traffic. On share the left and share the right. Now pie.
FM.
Inti NPP are buying proposals or the abase. You be pay a scheme where you be pay cars emun ketwani akese na nipa na pesa ode adwuma na obefa na ye work and pay system bi but at a reduced price na nsa akona no we will choose that over see besi motre e dey aka Okada cause no there then I'm wishing you dead and where I spit on your grave policy and obi yeah you can find a Ghana's future president might be an Okada rider. But when you boa for no to me branch ko she bibi more than nemu anode ni obi joining police ye fa ni poko joining bi otimi nanti mu abe chief justice yes
enra na ambassador Victor Smith ti akonwa a wote suye so
that's right
unze ofri wo region eastern region
also cause in Augustins
of course in Augustins okay
say ye hono ubenya yenya yesanso de nokre co school nim na benya omo so omde nokre nua so co school
Ekosiisen on
senior management any obeka but me sure so obeka bisa.
He made the point say in the eastern region no they are making serious inroads now oma targeted seat bi on beje efrimo
obodin.
Yes, I think he mentioned Ayensu ano he mentioned Fantiakwa North.
Obokedi.
No,
Basamankese.
No, Obo Akwetia. I say they are taking Akwetia. They are taking Fantiakwa North. They are taking Ayensu ano. They are taking the emoji free or more lower me uzamoje apano so emoji apano
back,
you know, and omo who say Paul and say making inroads for Sojaman, but he will not win. They are taking that particular seat. That is for Eastern Region, one of your strongholds.
Baby, research I campaign or one I say baby and Kofa friend Akajan's with you, Utim your da, Ubit Majono.
Also, my they are taking those seats. Okay. They are taking those seats in the Eastern Region. Greater Accra, so they would be in the majority in Greater Accra. In fact, Ashanti Region, they've said, I've interviewed Bruja Jemfi, Omakasa Ashanti Region, Omuji, at least minimum 8 seats in the Ashanti region. My next question to you would be, sir, 16 regions is here na Ewoho. You need to win majority of these regions, including the critical swing regions, Greater Accra, Central, some of the Bono regions, Western region, any other. Picture no at the same from Momo end. How many regions are you winning out of the 16?
Okay. About to hear you come. Ambassador Victor Smith. We know, I didn't expect so better now because NDC lose election. Let's be very fair.
Sammi FM.
But I also didn't expect him to say, in many beer. I say, Ubia from midnight. I catch us, oh, Charlie. You may be cause how bit me as sorry, I be dear. So, my fruit be a man, be follow. No, what fruit be any Panaba report, it could be. We are going into this election on the strength of our track record and on the credibility of our candidate. And yes, our election, knowing very well, so say, a Juma is here, Bono. To do no idea one bar for ye. Yes, near San Catcher Ghana forces to say the covenant keeping God. No, you know, say you keep his covenant with us. We tell me how many regions you know voting in your area, but we've worked hard, and I know say I can't say the battle is the Lord's. And a Juma I form. I'll be surprised if President Akufo-Addo gets below the 54% he had in 2016.
Oh, onya below 54.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. Me say my campaign will be me, but my nanti will be kaka. And a candidate to come a second term, you expect that people should be a bit undecided. People should say so they be share. But when we see any pana, 5 people, now 4 out of 5. It's in kind of so nana de on one echo. Me de na echo nana, me de 4 more for nana. Nana me the traffic mo. Manti abakwa address a painting on Wendy's, bakwa painting on NPP. Obi a chef flyers na me monitor e wo Fiesta area. Cars any pay twem omomobu omote trotrom ni ade. NPP ni nkofo stretch your monsadage no. Obetimi a chairman ni pa 30. Nani o change this idea no wachi 2.
Ekosiisen.
Nti o kwotena na aka chenze o ya je Sojaman ebe witeni o akweti ade ya je o fanti akwase ya je senior na mka say no problem. The best opinion poll ni eken na
7 December.
7 December. But just as on the 8th of December, we knew ani e kache Ghana mebun so ma toaba. Enyakopon so ehia so amom. I'm convinced the Electoral Commission be abo on December 8th, quarter December 9th no. As I'm right now I'm very convinced Enyakopon be shrine people for nyuma pa omaye.
You stood in the Central Region.
Exactly.
Unim house swing a Central Region at 2016 it was like a tsunami. Muja NDC for 4 seats pay in the whole of the Central Region. Yeah, I think
yes. So 19.
Yes.
19 out of 23. So
yes.
4. Yes. But President Akufo-Addo won in 21 out of 23.
In 21 out of 23 constituencies. Yes. It was Central.
Yes. He won 21 out of 23. Yes. And our parliamentary won 19 out of 23.
Out of 23. Would the story be the same?
I'm convinced. And I'm
Central
confident.
Region.
I'm confident. Obi, you see.
But you know the NDC strategically picked a running mate from the Central Region.
Say running mate no. Or your boy force from Kwa as a boy candidate. You really know so the back will stop with the main man on the ballot paper. And on the ballot paper on the day of election, will be a straight fight between the sitting president and the former president. But let's not pretend. A battle between Nana and John. Now, Osha ballot paper no so it was a running mate if you there. And maybe you have forgotten. They had a popular running mate who was from there in 2016.
Yeah.
And 2016, baby, I'm not running mate Nifi, Ney Mori. Abrasi Bukwaman. A Hona Medeme National Youth Rally, Ekoye. In fact, me a rally just behind Miss Arthur's house, the late former vice president.
Ewo Mori,
just behind his house. And NPP won Abrasi Bukwaman in 2016. We snatched it from the NDC. That was the seat of the sitting vice president. In the central, no, because almost swing for the better. And almost swing is why, yes, almost swing it a pendulum swinging sick. They look at the policies, they do this, they do that, and they normally will go for a candidate or the BBC my brabum. I expect Elvis Morris Donkotu to retain his seat.
To retain Abras.
I was there, I think about 2 weeks ago, and he understands his constituency.
He would win over
you see, Adia no Mope was a landing site.
Okay.
Construction has started. The
last time you acquired construction.
No landing site. And I won't name more. Niema no Pepe with he seemed to be in touch with the people. First, I say all politics are global. And until the BBC or America. First, it's where see America there, ABC or Ghana. And then the practitioners of political campaign. And the political watchers, as you know, say no, all politics is local. Because the panel near cost one important, no the atuaba. And as somebody additional all politics is local. And yes, all my rubbish almost say all politics too is personal. If me who look at the away, no man saying a personal experience or say me back to school me nyame allowance for me phone so Friday end of month pen oyibo confirm me kwakui. Abani phone so nipa no say o ka me enye sa abai drone system ni save me a nipa no bon ani ana ni so say ambulance na ene etimi de me do hospital nti oba personalize enema wenye fi abai ni nti you cannot just say BBS was Trinidad and Tobago. Today, it doesn't work like that now. If you also don't understand the new dynamics on the ground, you'll be making an egregious mistake.
And that is what you think the NDC seems to be doing.
They seem to have their own campaign strategy and campaign plan. But sometimes when you are losing an election, will be 2 for 1, 2. But Obeka's road, when you're the dead denti, and won't be on bet mama quiet near money be bra. Ebianya no na vote and a person. At this critical point, we are not in the NDC. Ebianke would have offered an opinion. Yeah, as a party now, the president is so focused. He's also moving about, still working. Niama so biano bie, niama so ode able for mobo, niama so okokan once a moka. So he's elevated the campaign. Our combining with both campaign and a working tool. Ubi and Kabana with the running of the state machinery at all, a full swing campaign. And in that case, what happens to the enterprise Ghana?
Yeah. Me share more stronghold, which is the Ashanti region. Are you still? Well, the Biaka said one thing I know Kuntia ruling parties by apathy. And so when you apathy from more stronghold, they are not a hard drain. I mean, Ghanaians remember 2008 and all of that. Is the Ashanti region safe for you?
I think that we have worked hard in Ashanti. Now, Ashanti means Ura. And Chepi Adebakwa now omo haom omo kan wasem pa no had to do with Obuase
Anyan Kwanta Obuase
so mo ye contractors was side and sana mine na omo tumwa
Anglo Gold Ashanti
Obuase mine Rambwa ohine kesi so de na no tumu afra aban o se beboa na me nkrofo esu nya adwuma bi enye tutumfo bia no se enne eye nije ni areho me ko tu ono an speech from the video se ne ono so no ne manfo yi aban we aba etimi enya sa ni so ade hunu oto ne safren so meboa ai ne o mon nkrofo no so no ye bia no a also uphold the first goal that also to me it contributes to the local economy. Not the things they were complaining to have to do with locked up funds, microfinance, financial institutions here, a cocoa form. And then unlike what happened under the DKM, the government of President Akufo-Addo secured the depositors' funds and now face to secure jobs. And they are many okase omo de ko lock up or microfinance and that in abaya clear almost all of them, so you don't hear from that one. Omo no mo de so here fund managers be na problems war emu go kosi ade abaya on compassionate ground. Even though we are litigating your work court, let's recognize say one bedim enya on form so na bibi we see the man de twitwa one, let's have a ceiling into we man whilst omo ye see no mo bi ka e work court here. You vote for a government to improve upon your living condition. You vote for a government that in your darkest hour, in the middle of the night, and also will come to your rescue. And that is what this government did, even in the management and the handling of the coronavirus pandemic. Aban providing free water. Increasing crew kesium. One man is the bell run and sacra no nibi. Into your then ko yadi no. And then this government say, businesses are let's come up with something that we can help them with. And then we be needing a B NBSSI for COVID support. I am mamo a year or two moratorium. This is a government where wakwa unye mwa wachirono osinye wuni banamo sumo febi na ne yake mfa hwe chima. And chepi and a circle hey jato for dona ho aban kudu on was a maslock and MBSSI me boy for mwaka muna swenya bibia so de show modwum intina me say Ghana for lion and kiwa ye kosase de beto aba no ye kosase ye ho kire the government should look our way. It's not that you want then the government will look the other way. That will be a stab in the back. And President Akufo-Addo, from all indications, he's exhibited empathy or and was sounds war or dog at the man for. Intending better now studio and come here to ne fapim and say, the casa form more for Nananoa and yet just a slogan. You did say, ya young wejuma. And yes, Fantifo Beka yen toto se. Yes, rese mon share money money yenisuba. Mon for money to a juma yaye. We are not saint, but we believe that we've managed Ghana better. We are not saying the Ghana Babe to say America and I say elsewhere. Bigidi say we have moved Ghana from one stage of its developmental agenda to the next stage. As a modum yen na adom dom yen na mu shira so de kakra kan bi ma yen fie na ya. President Akufo-Addo will be able to deliver on this man.
Some messages kakrana member na fe yen rap ya Ekosiisen suni ha Sempa FM. First one if we Chief Baine Deputy National Organizer ma NDC. Yes, so say please tell Sammi the change agenda to rescue Ghana is starting from the Central Region this time. The NDC is taking majority of the seats in Central Region 7th December 2020. That's from Chief Baine. This one says, this election is about the future of the youth of Ghana. The question we should ask ourselves as young people is, whose policies and programs guarantee us a future? The clear answer is Nana Akufo-Addo and the NPP. Policies such as free SHS, NAPCO, NEIP, 1D1F, Planting for Food and Jobs, and many other youth-centered policies have guaranteed our future. On December 7th, we must vote for continuity. We must vote number 1 for Nana Akufo-Addo and the NPP to do more for us. Kapo, keep up the great work. We are proud of you. Samuel, Brian, Boabein, Edie, Eni. There is one here which says, great presentation and excellent delivery by the national organizer of the NPP, Sammi Awuku. Let me make it short this evening. The good people of Ghana will vote massively for the president, Akufo-Addo. 4 more for Nana is non-negotiable. Free SHS is here to stay. Thank you, Mr. President. Jesse Boakon, Onuwo Mam Probi. Obi, the NDC has run the most horrible campaign ever. Nothing substantial in the form of bold national policies to interrogate. From one man, one Okada to mortuaries. Then they somersault into confiscate free SHS and now landing into serialized press conferences on fake videos. Very jumbled bazaar. In fact, NDC is a terrible alternative, and never again should we be deceived into voting for Mahama. Leadership comes from integrity and must not be entrusted to just anybody at all. Nanado has been outstanding as a president, and the MPP has been consistent with its political messaging. Ghana is moving forward. 4 more for Nana to do more. Pijero, Ono Ewo Takrade, and Odiwe Abraying. Archibald Frimpon says, excellent submissions from the national organizer of the NPP. God bless his hard work. With such people around, it is clear that come 7 December, 4 more Fanana will come to light and Ghana will continue to work again. Obi, good evening. I am Osman from Binde in the Northeast region. Send my greetings to hard-working national organizer. We, the NPP, are winning and winning again. Good evening, Obi. President Akufo-Addo is number 1 on the ballot. We are not getting distracted by outright fabrication and lies. We are focused on securing another decisive victory come 7th December. Greetings to my political role model, Sammi Awuku. Wayfree Nicholas Onoa Sante Bekwai. Hi, Obi. Please ask Sammi if the party is providing buses for some students who registered in Kumasi and currently in Accra. Thank you, Patrick of Kasapreko and Ediwe Abba. Please tell the NPP man he should stop talking about the allowances they pay to us. We are done with by force licensure exams and the national service. No postings, no vote. Philip Enediwe Abba. Bright Osei or Madina. Thank you. Hi Obi. Please ask Sammi if they I think I've read this one already. We say Obi, please ask Sammi about how the Galamsey operators received his campaign message. Osmis ewo adanta frafraha so our Galamsey for please tell Sammi they should intensify education on how to thumbprint against a candidate's name to avoid the incidents of spoiled ballot. Apieje ewo sunyane and ediwe aba. Obi, please, a lover of your show. I'm Abu from Takrade, community police personnel. Please ask Sammi for me. He is my boss and I love him. But tell him that his boys and girls are bitter and say they will not vote because Ye owes them and they are crying. Please tell him to do something before this week ends. Okay. Thank you for your message. Obi, mark it on the wall. NDC communicators will shut up after Monday. They are becoming a nuisance these last days, leading to the election. Patrick Ewo Ashalaja. Hello, Obi. This Sammi Awuku guy is too much. Kudos to him. Kwabna Kese. And anyway, Abba.
Ekosiisen
let me see the other messages we have here. Hi, Obi. My greetings to our hard-working national organizer, Sammi Awuku. Please ask him to go and support our PC for Upper West Akim Adeso. We have to win that seat this time around. He's been to Lower West Akim as a man case in my constituency, but I need help at Upper West Akim. God, okay. God bless me, the leadership and the work they are doing for the NPP. Kwejo Ahodo, was Scarborough in the United Kingdom. And anyway, Abba, kindly tell him patriotic gents are also around from KPK Ejir in Tema. Obi, please tell Awuku to address some rumors also undermining the campaign and stop the vote of thanks for now. Okay. Obi so the honor the Abba and no name attached to that one. Lot of your messages coming through. Make sure Obi, please ask Sammi about his experience in Wasa East and the influence of their DCE, who is also candidate on the People Against the NDC candidate J. Mensa. That one there also coming through. That's where Mr. Wilson Arthur is standing for the NPP. Obi, the NPP is privileged to have Sammi Awuku as the national organizer. He has defined leadership and set the benchmark for party organization for his commendable conduct and good collaboration. Of all I know, we shall win, but we would win. Nana Godfred or a lecturer at University of Education, Winneba, and all the way about. This one says, Boss, good evening. Please tell Sammi we the Ekriapim people will continue to love him for his good work from Mampon Ekriapim Apesemakahene Nana Yerenchi the first. Sammi unimno.
Apesemada mikromu apesemakahene.
Okay.
Apesemakahene for the Mampon.
For the Mampon.
Traditional. Okay. A wonderful person. Nana mecha. Obi mame for days on some mommy me PA.
Yeah.
A happy birthday.
Okay.
Hilda, formerly Hilda Benindax, so a Mrs.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Hilda J. Busumro J. Nemano happy birthday. Na only birthday mood no. My bonnie to a campaign. So I wish you Hilda a happy birthday. Long life, good health.
Where's the Obi?
Party I know invite me.
Where's the Obi? I greet you coterminously. Hey.
That's right.
Please, did Mr. Mahama say he would make tertiary education free? I know they promised 1 year, the 2020-2021 academic year.
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Common allowances for teacher and nursing training allowances, he couldn't pay, and he cancelled it. Again, is he not the one who asked tertiary students to pay electricity bills because his government could not pay? Fellow Ghanaians, let's classify his promise as a fool. That's from Pythagoras. Obi Sammi Awuku indeed is the supremo, if we can, also a PA for the National Youth Organizer. Yeah.
And also the microbe new.
Oh, on the
video and the boys in mafia boys. Ken.
Where's great submission from the couple, always hardworking. The NDC has nothing on education apart from asking students to pay utility bills and cancelling teacher training allowances. They also cancelled book and research, which is paid to lectures and replaced with the National Research Fund. Now they say they would make tertiary education free when they could not even pay utility bills. Campaign no atonsium. This is from Sasa Nediwe Abba. We say, Obi, the work done by the national organizer and his team has never been seen in this party before, and they have worked even harder than 2016. Victory is assured, and in Sammi we are extremely confident of a resounding victory. Regards to
Ekosiisen
him, Mami
FM.
Akoto, and on the way Abba. We say, Obi, and this simply cannot be trusted with Ghana's future. Couple, you are God sent. May God bless you. Amen. That's from Farouk, and he is in Tema. Message is not a door. So, Sammi, what will be your greatest surprise in this election?
Myself. My greatest surprise would be President Kufuor Benya below the 54%.
And that be your greatest surprise.
That would be my greatest surprise. And yes, I want to sound complacent. And now some person me take voters for granted. You see, the president himself arrested and relax here. The man is still campaigning. Even when a baby and people keep assuring him, he wants to make assurance double sure. He started something on this long journey. Every year, he made sure he visited all the regions. So, the working tour, the working visit. Through that strategy, every part of Ghana, a place was revisited and I was visited Obey Mampeni. The people are able to say, and you'll be our baby Mampeni, and won't be but working visit. So I call ye crown waba, and I ask dry itinerary or call baby piano or started project. He's there, and the people are able to relate to Niamani Bibra, Mr. Y. And I am very excited. Sir Ghana Force, they appreciate what he's done. And your boana so bit baby a bit me the mind akwakutu.
Do you foresee election we're going into a runoff?
We are not working with the runoff in mind. We are working knowing very well say yeah Juma. Ghana for shrine. No montu abandon another case or montu no boom emano. When said the gap no S1, no mathematical gymnastics, and now say theatrics, and a bit mere overturning the will of the people. As a big crap is who we are no complaint grading when the gap is there and it's is there for all of us.
You don't have a runoff in mind.
Like when I say we are not working with the runoff in mind. What I mean is that we believe say any campaign it should end up in a one-touch victory for the MPP, then with also maintaining our huge majority in Parliament.
Okay, that was my next question. Say, that say you can win the presidency and lose your majority in Parliament.
Oh, that is why you're marketing to now. You're marketing you're marketing a parliamentary candidate. And we have set a target for parliamentary in terms of number of seats. I target.
Is it more 169?
You're 169. But you're perceived a super majority. We are working towards.
Zomboeduka 200.
We are working towards that. We are working towards that. Senabeya, your policies, new programs, accelerated the growth of our economy. And Ghana force when it's wading and always a situation where just all Colombia and Sanaunia betina ho any other day. But at least when there's a super majority, it gives confidence to the government. Say when it's wading buanafa yitumrika na yenkudu yen promised land.
Sammi, see mebusa me final question, and that will be to let you speak to the Ghanaian people. We sure say
that's right.
Ufriha ye studio have until after the elections.
Sure.
Ghana for 8 you in 2 minutes. Tell them your final point.
Ghana for Yabamanim in Fie 2016. Yabamanim no yede no crap. Yes, answer by your name no. Na ya brasie ne da yakoma so no ye da ni so ye na mo beche ye sanso de to manim se mo boy na ye kodu sam pempenso we a enwuma ye de be ma enwuma aba programs ne policies awofo bra ye bete so mo ye ankrankra adwuma ne businesses ye be boa mo ene hu da robo bebre na mabo ene mampani so adwuma pa wa ye ne yesre mo ne se abato ye da ye nimi ye da achi abaso ne yesa kan wasem yenhwe mofra ye a womugusu wonto aso sukui ne yenkayom ewo ballot booth nim yenhwe akuafo ene omuntom de aduane ba mietimi nya bidi ne yenkayom ya be hwe wo ba no anan kokko nursing training teacher training owie yeso asa obetena afia wanya adwuma gese ye ba beboae hwe ye nuano mahiafo a aban we adaromenti wo msoso mabrabo no etumpon ne yesa so kase eya kai Ghana ebra kwa akoto abai yede ne ahoden ni ebetimi ayi na ye mampani ne NPP amanyoku yekuso but the decision no e Ghana for momodia yen ye gidi so kon ne ye nyame kon ene gidi so se nyakopon bi hira adwuma so Ghana for moye na Ghana for so hira so beba gidi se party bebo madi omunima ma mu hira na kwa akodu baabi ase edu no eno no ye NPP and a New Patriotic Party. So you'll be a unim a candidate in credit for parliamentary. Michelle Bosch won crans will be a ujina on mama or sonona sense of diano, or you'll be a dream power in team, or you'll be a bit me a bow amount Dutch and a year pay. Now you win so I am caught to a banasum dream, Yanko tono so and Nije Quanso. Yen Pia Bonting, Yanko to Aba. Now send a year no 2016. Na mama wezu we mu now emrante na mabawa emrante titru mama fa election we nkudie to trasem obi bia na obeka se me nkudie to trasem no nipa na ka yenza ase na wona mu brane yesusu yenkwe na yentwi ye humfia to trasem enkoto aba na mum ye mie yeni wo kososo so a we hu hia pa ye the ballot paper ne ma wa hwese ya stamp e kira se ballot paper and electoral official bi enya temawa Ghana for hwechire say ya stampo echira si ya stampo echira catch electoral official and say on stampo echire ma ya stampo zo so also for team number 1 na fakoshim na bosom pae na nyankopon hira so na ink ne so adon sabe sisu polling booth now de be no ya hwese electoral commission ink na mde abesi woni bi ene ni pabonifo bi de abesi o se odon sa kotin so de ya ade ne enche na paper ana tete paper no we na na enka ya yebo na nyakopon ni yanim na the battle is the laws on fankun de mre na ye number 1 on the ballot 4 more for Nana 4 more to do more for you 4 more for Sono 4 more for a parliamentary candidate and 4 new for our new pieces. That's it.
Sammi Awuku, national organizer. We wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Miss
Medasipa na Mabo Juma.
Yeah, that's it.
So now me can me pee no. Yeah, no the no see. And on your party, your party. Happy birthday.
Sammi Awuku, national organizer, Edema NPP. Mamina Monsu Amutie no ase.